bed. Today's results are all laid bare. Leg before or caught behind. Jokes will fly and seldom kind. Stories spun with foolish pride. So open that beer and enjoy the ride.
Hello, welcome. Hopefully tonight's audio is a bit better because I've remembered to put the mic on. We'll see how we go. I've got to sit back a little bit so I'm not like right up. I'm on the lounge. Sitting on the lounge watching a bit of the Big Bash, which is pretty exciting. 11 over game. Scorchers need 91 off 50. Bit of fun. Anyway, sorry. Before I rabble on and talk. Scores for today. It was a Masters game, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was a Masters game. So played Castle Hill Masters, played against Strathfield Masters in a one-day, so all one-dayers at Parklands Oval at Mount Coringai or wherever it is. And the score was, I'm just going to see if it's actually in here so it saves me. I do have the scorecards, but Masters. That's not in yet. Okay. I think they made 200. Let me just confirm the score. And we pulled up a bit short. Yep, they made 7 for 200 from their 40 overs. So exactly 5 and over. And in reply, we were 8 for 17. I think that says 177. So what's that, 30? 25 short. Not bad, not a win, but not a bad effort at all. Yeah, that's it. 1 minute 53 for those of you that want to know the score. We were 25 runs short chasing it. We lost. For those of you who want to stick around, welcome to a Sunday night. It's a bit wobbly. Sorry, we're on a table and the table's wobbly. So I'm moving a fair bit. Legs are a bit sore tonight. Long day. A long day. Because we're at Parklands on the north side of Sydney, it made it a bit easier for me to get up and come down to help out with the covers. And, a few of us got down there early. Mick and Kylie and Scott and Sarah were there early. They weren't supposed to be there. You guys were supposed to have a morning of not going there, but insomnia helped them all be up very, very early and made the rolls, and we might as well go to cricket. So they were there. Greg Campbell came. Ken McLeod came. My Jacob came to help. I feel like there was somebody else who came to help, and I'm feeling really bad for not remembering. But honestly, it's now 10 p.m. and that was at like 8 o'clock this morning. So the other person who came to help with the covers, I'm sorry that I've forgotten who you were. I really do apologise. Kieran. Sorry, Kieran. How could I forget? It's Kieran. You know why? Because I was picturing us moving the covers and you're off doing the Super Sopper. So in my head, my vision match up. So thank you of those guys that could come down. Really appreciated it. But it was an early start. Got down there. Rather than heading home, Jake and I then went and hit the nets to give him a little bit of a hand with his, just a bit of batting practice because he hadn't had any. And I wanted to work on my run up. So I went down to where we got beaten yesterday. The nets there, and young 12-year-old kid playing under 13s asked if he could bowl to Jake as well. So me and him were sort of both bowling to Jake, and did really good, that young kid. Talking about how he's played Castle Hill several times because they've got a bunch of sides in the under 13s and whatever. But that was good to have a bit of a run, then come back and play a game of cricket. So as you can appreciate, sort of being up 6-ish, and it's now 9 o'clock. That's a good catch. So who's that? Finn Allen's out. Yeah, bit of a long day. It was a hot day too. A lot of water around, obviously, from last night's storms, and just sort of coming up through the ground. There's a bit of a breeze, but still. as a day that takes it out of you a little bit. So skip on the toss. Toss went into bowl, which is the right decision when you've got a deck that's. I wasn't wet. There was no real sort of water on it, but there's a lot of water around, so you want to try and take advantage of any sort of swinging that before things dry out and harden up. I was. Oh yeah, we had some last minute injuries, and so people coming in, people going out, and I think we only had 11. So Bondi was the last minute introduction to give us 12, which was fantastic because we always want Bondi. Benjamin Button playing for us. Don unfortunately twigged his hamstring yesterday, so wasn't able to play today. So Greg Bottrell, who normally plays with us with the 50s or classics, came and had a run with us today. We had Mordo out with a well, actually, it was like the walking wounded there because we had a whole bunch of people come to see us. So we had Mordo resting his shoulder. Glyn and Linda came, but Glyn with his busted finger arrived, and we got to see our old mate Brett, who's been recovering from I don't know, whatever you have, Brett. People tell me stuff and I forget. I know he had a boot on, so it must have been something with your foot. So Brett was then come down to watch us today as well. So it was good to sort of see everybody and have the walking wounded. But yeah, we had. So Mordo's a regular opening bowler, so Mordo wasn't there today. So Ken, who opens bowling, was there, and as Ken does, bowled with good heat and penetration. Unfortunately, not to get a wicket today. With the absence of Mordo, I got the new ball today, which was fun. Well, I actually got the new ball and the death, so I bowled bookended the innings, which is kind of liked it. A bit of fun. Doesn't always go as well as you plan, but today was okay. Yeah, so I'll probably go to the scorecards now and sort of chat a little bit about that. So it's a little blurry. Ken looks like Ken ended up with none for 35 from 6. As I said, bowled pretty well. It's a bit hard to pick some of those overs. I think struggled with the line a little bit earlier to the left-hander. But it looks like he was 15 after 3, so 5 and over, so going okay. I think he swung around and came back the other end. So Bob with good pace, just a little bit of lack of, not lack of control, just didn't get the control and the line right today. I don't know, as I said to you all before, the Rocks and Diamonds, trying to work on my run up when I went down the nets with Jake. First 3 overs came out really well. By the 4th over, I started losing my run up again, so it was a bit weird. But I ended up with none for 24 from 7. A couple of chances in there, nothing sort of significant, but so I was just going for just over 3 and over, so I was pretty happy with that, given I think I went for 4 in there somewhere. Yeah, 4 and a 6. You take those away, then not too bad. Oh no, it's all just turned on me. The worm has turned. I don't want to do that. Never get out of there without saving it inadvertently. There we go. All right. Stan 1 for 55 from 8. Oh, this thing keeps moving on me. Let's just kill it. No, it's not. Yeah, let's just close that. There we go. Oh, don't. Doesn't want to play games with me. Well, it wants to play games with me, but not the games I want to play. Well, now the phone's upside down. God knows what I'm doing here. Benjamin Bondi, guy's a champion. 3 for 18 from 8. That's just cracking bowling. Just had it on the string. Is this Jamesy? Jamesy 2 for 35 from 8. Bowled well. I'll try to go back to try and get the wickets in a second. And Steve done for 22 from 3. Steve's joined us only not long ago, so saw some really good balls from Steve. He's got the ability. I think it's just working his way back into the game. Steve, correct if I'm wrong, but I think you'd been out of the game for a little while. So just coming back. Obviously, nerves play a big part too. So, but there were some really, really good balls. So I think Steve's going to be really helpful to us. Just popping down through the batting order. There was no one significant, to be honest. So they had one guy got 40 and got in the bank, their opener, but I think it took him a while to get there. It's not showing exactly how many balls, but given the weather today, we were doing drinks at 15:30, and then the last 10 overs till 40, and I think he must have gone close to the 30 over mark before he actually went off. So they're number 2 batsman, only got 11, caught by Matt Sheedy. Did she take 2 catches today? Yeah, I don't remember which one. Remember there's one coming in, you slid in front of you. That may have been the one, or could have been the other one. I don't know. I can't remember both of them. Sheeds is a cracking fieldsman. I had one that went sort of behind him, and I don't think any mortal man would normally catch it, but with Sheeds on the field, at least got a hand to it as far as I can say. I wouldn't call it a drop catch. It was behind him and running away, but if there was ever a chance, it was with Sheeds. He's a cracking fielder. So Stan got that first breakthrough. Took a little bit. Yeah, 1 for 31 after 8, so they certainly weren't powering the house down. In fact, at the first drinks break, 1 for, I think that says 75-ish, so about 3 and over. No, that doesn't sound right. That'd be 45. Few runs per over. I mean, in the end, they scored 200. So they scored a 5 and over. So, which on Parklands is not unchaseable. Oh, you're right. Oh, the cat just let out a meow like someone. I thought something had happened to someone. Anyway, their number 3 got 32 before being LBW to Bondi. I was off the field having a well-earned break at that point. 2 catches to Greg. The first one was just a brilliant piece of. I'm going to call it captaincy because they clapped Jamesy as the captain when he went up to bat, even though Mickey's the skipper for 40s. Jamesy moved Greg from mid-on to mid-off. I think there was some. Are you sure you want to do that? You want to do that? Yes. All right, apologies. So I noticed a flashing light on the microphone, so I'm not sure whether that just cut out and what we got at the end there. You'll notice if I've got it to the end, then I've stopped it and started a second segment. You'll notice that the sound is going to be a little bit duller, and you'll see me leaning forward, so it picks me up. It didn't hold the charge like as long as I was hoping it would. So anyway, on with the show. If you missed anything, I apologise. What I was talking about was Jamesy's inspired move to move Greg from mid-off to mid-on. Mid-on to mid-off. I think that was after I was telling Greg to stop running end to end, and he went, "No, I want him back down this end." So Greg kept doing end to end, and the guy dutifully hit it straight to him next ball. Got him for 6. Next one was caught by Greg and bowled by Bondi for 3. Jamesy bowled another guy for 3. So you can see they had like 40 and they had 11, and they had 32, then 6, 3, 3, 10, 2. Another catch to Sheedy. Bowled. Oh, it was Steve. Steve got a well-earned wicket. That's right. Well done, Steve. Deserved it. And last one was caught. I can't read that. Oh, caught and bowled, Bondi. That's right, it's a caught and bowled. So I think the actual last couple of batsmen, they put on some runs. They haven't put a total here, yeah. So unfortunately, the last couple of batsmen, he got 40, and he got about 8 or so, 12 or something. Yeah, so there was a bit towards the back end. I think we had them at 30 overs in a decent place. Yeah, 3 for 128. So they put on 72 in the last 10 overs. Yeah, and didn't lose any more wickets, so that was that back end. Like I said that. Do we actually get a? Can you see run? You can see runs per over, can you? Yeah. So the third, did I bowl? Which over did I bowl there? Yeah, there's an over there. I think I went for 3 or something. Yeah. Look, they scored a lot more at the back end than we would have liked. Having said that, 200 we thought was probably gettable, and we had a fair crack at it. Let's go back to that now. So, Ribs got in the bank and went on to get. I could give you the total score here. It was over 50. So Ribs batted very, very well. Skipper Mick just got one cracking in swinging Yorker that he managed to dig out, and then the guy backed it up next ball with another cracking in swinging Yorker that just went through him. It was just 2 incredibly good balls back to back. So Mick unfortunately out for 7, but Greg came in, joined Ribs, and I think it was within almost a ball of each other, maybe an over, I don't know, it was pretty close. Both of them got in the bank on 40. So at that stage, I can kind of tell that actually, because I think Jamesy came out. Yeah, Jamesy came out at 4. It was also bowled at 3 from what he was telling us was just an incredibly good turning ball. It just turned in and went through him. In Jamesy's words, were too much class for him. I don't know. Jamesy's played regularly for many years for New South Wales, so I think it may have just been a good ball, not necessarily a different class of player. Sold yourself short there, Jamesy. You're a better batsman than you make yourself out to be at times. But at the 15th over, we were 1 for 77, so well and truly in the game. By the 2 for 98 at 23, so we're halfway there with 17 overs to go. They're just sort of a big back end. Unfortunately we had Stan up in the run rate, was run out for 9, attempting a second. Close, but it was just a good throw from the outfield. I'm not sure if it was a direct hit or not, but it was not far from it. So aside from those 2 guys getting over 50 for Rebs because he came back in, 40 for Greg, Mick got 7, Jamesy got 3, Stan's run out for 9. Bondi was LBW for 7. I think I heard that he hit it, but cricket. Steve batted well, 14 before he was caught trying to push the run rate. Sheeds played some good shots, but was bowled for 6. Who's those last couple of people? Well, that's Ken. Who's that one? Looks like it says Gary. I don't think it does say Gary. Kieran got 2. Apparently Gary 6. Sorry guys, I don't know the team sheet off the top, man. It's late. I'm not going to sit there and figure out who the fuck Gary is. If someone says to me, we've got a Gary that plays for us, and I've completely forgotten who you are, I'm sorry, Gary. Don't know who you are. I'm not sure who batted down there. I'm going to have to look it up shortly because it's just going to kill me. And Ken came out and monstered some shots. They haven't got a total of what your score was. Here we go. 6, 7, 9, 15, 17. 17 not out at the end of the day because they didn't bowl us out. That was great. Skipper came to me and goes, "Did you want 12?" I mean, Ken was in front of me and goes, "Do you want 12?" Whichever one of us bats. And Ken mentioned that last time he batted, he got 0. And I said, "Well, that's it. You're going in. You have to score some runs because I had a good hit last week." So, yeah, and I'm glad I did because Ken came out and was I was umpiring a square leg, and we haven't played it. Well, I haven't played against him since my very first game of classics. But Ross Greenwood, the Channel 9 finance guy, was on their side today. He comes to me square leg and goes, "Did he hit that in the middle?" I said, "I don't know." He goes, "I'm asking him." He ran over to Ken, going, "Did you hit that in the middle?" Ken went, "Yeah, no, I hit with the bottom of the bat." And it was a monster six, so if you'd hit in the middle, it was going to hit, I don't know, Hornsby. Anyway, yeah, sadly, we didn't quite get it to the end. The guys gave it a crack, fair shake though, to get within 20 runs. Again, just two guys in the bank, we couldn't then just capitalise on that. Need that sort of third, you need a third and a fourth guy to come up, even if it's like 20 or 30 each. We're sort of a bit shy on that today. Cricket. I had fun. It's a good day. I'll put that down now. 28 from 22. This is a good game too. Yeah, had a good day. Jesus, it's getting windy outside. I'm not sure how you guys are going, but it's blowing like crazy out there. So, big weekend of cricket, big day today. Me personally, happy with just going for just over 3 and over today when they scored 5 and over, even though I bowled at the beginning and the end. Run-ups giving me all sorts of grief at the moment. I'll get down the nets this week and try and work on it. It's just losing consistency. It's like my legs just forget which is left and right. I think it's mental, to be honest. But trying to get the ball out okay. Six I went for today was I came back 2 overs to bowl within the last 4 overs. Mick and I think Ribsy were talking to me going, "We need you to bowl outside off stump, full outside off stump, 5th stump line if you can, really wide, squeeze them." In my delivery stride as I'm about to release the ball, and the wind blows up and blows it straight across into leg stump, and the guy goes, "Thanks," and puts it over the fence for 6. Luckily I was able to come back from that, and the rest of them were okay, but yeah, unlucky. Good umpire today because his name was Warwick. Can't complain about that. He did a good job. I didn't have any LBW shouts from the knockback, so I can't be upset with him. Other than that, I feel like it's a bit like last night. I feel like I want to waffle for a while, but it's late and I couldn't be bothered, and we lost 2 days in a row in the run chase. Yeah, Sheeds had some good catches. Greg had some good catches. There's some good bowls. I think Mick's looking for another catch for another milestone, and he's struggling to get that, unfortunately. But cricket is cricket. So yeah, another little short one for you guys tonight. Oh, look at that. So many treats for those of you who go, "Your match reports are too long." Yeah, learn to fucking fast forward. Oh, actually, I'm telling a lie. This one's 10 minutes and 30. I forgot I lost the microphone halfway through. So I'll splice them together. So there may be 2 of them. So it could be 20 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, so other people can watch this rubbish. And put on your notifications so that when they go up, you get notified about it, and I don't have to send a link out to every man and his dog. Oh, that's a big shot. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a great week, all of you. I'll talk to you later.
So there you go, that's how they